Hi, I'm Hannah Ruiz. I'm a marine biology major and a freshman.
My name is Annie Kurtz. I am a freshman marine biology major.
Hi, I'm Christina Butcher.
Hi, my name is Amelia Guerrero.
Now you may be wondering what the aquarium trade is. The aquarium trade is going to be when marine or freshwater species are being taken from their native homes and sold to aquariums or sold in other countries as foreign delicacies. There are two parts to the aquarium trade. There's imports and exports. Imports are going to be when countries are getting or receiving materials from other places, and exports are going to be when those countries are sending out materials to other places. Some examples of those exporting countries will be Hawaii, Brazil, and the Caribbean. Some examples of importing countries would be the US, which makes up 60% of the global market for exotic fish, as well as Western Europe, Australia, and Japan. As the aquarium trade is greatly expanding, it contributes a great deal to these aquarium invasions. This is why we must protect our fish species at all costs.
One important thing to think about is how the marine animals are caught in order to bring them to the aquariums. Cyanide fishing is one of the ways that people use to catch the marine animals. First thing to know is, what is cyanide fishing? Cyanide fishing is when the divers crush a tablet of cyanide and put it in a squirt bottle to spray at the fish. The next thing to note is that this can also affect the environment they live in. Like, when the divers try to catch the fish get scared, so they hide in the coral reefs. The exits are sealed off, and then the cyanide is used inside of the reef. As there is no control over where the cyanide flows, fish in the area can be affected as well. While some might escape capture, they could still die from exposure or get caught in nets that are in the surrounding areas. Reefs, after being exposed, could start coral bleaching. Coral bleaching is when there is a loss in the zooxanthella, which are the photosynthetic algae that is in a symbiotic relationship with the coral. When the coral bleaching happens, the zooxanthella is stressed and leaves the coral, making it look white. Cyanide may cause it by suppressing the host respiration or suppressing the algae photosynthesis.
The USDA National Invasive Species Information Center defines an invasive species as a plant, animal, or other living organism that is not native to an ecosystem, whose introduction causes or can cause harm, economic or environmental, to human health or to the environment. Some of these harmful impacts include the extinction of native species, loss of biodiversity, and permanent alteration of habitats. Invasive species can enter our environment through many different pathways, including human activities such as travel and shipping. Invasive species can also spread through people releasing unwanted pets, such as certain fish and invertebrates kept in aquariums that grow too big or are too much work to take proper care of. The most recognized species in the aquarium trade that can become invasive is the goldfish. Originally from Eastern Asia, the goldfish can adversely affect water quality and oxygen levels. They can outcompete native species, and they can even spread parasitic worms. Other examples of invasive species from the aquarium trade include the bank-eyed cardinalfish, the largemouth bass, and the lionfish.
As you know, there are a variety of marine organisms that live in your local aquarium. Fishes such as the blue hippo tang, known as Dory, and the common clownfish, known as Nemo, are common fish that you might see in your local aquarium and the Sea Life Facility Center. Other species such as the green sea turtle, sand tiger sharks, moon jellies, and stingrays are also animals you will see in your local aquarium. Marine organisms that are placed in your local aquariums are typically fed a regular diet that either can consist of live brine shrimp or chopped frozen shrimp. All these animals are monitored by specific workers to make sure that their health is not declining and that they're overall living a happy life. Animals that are being rehabilitated are typically monitored more frequently and have local visits from doctors and specific workers to give their meds, to make sure they have physical therapy, and to be fed a specific diet. Many of the marine animals that are placed into the aquariums are either injured and are getting treated for their wounds, or they just aren't suitable to live in the wild anymore. However, there's a lot of controversy with how these aquariums do capture the animals, as previously mentioned. There's also the question as to whether it's necessary to capture animals that are living in the wild just to be used for display.